And do you think every day? Do you think every day about the Korean War? Or you try to?
When I first came home, you know, they talk about that PS something.
Yeah.
They say that, and I have a friend that was going to come down with me this time here, divorcing him, and 2 weeks ago we had a massive heart attack.
6 months worth of stuff was the.
You okay to keep going?
You want to have your coffee? No?
Everybody was.
When you came back, what were people's reactions like?
And they were being
You've heard that before. It's true. I got married. My girlfriend at the time. I got married. Thank you. When I was told I was going to Korea, we had talked about getting married that year in June. And I called her at work and I said,
a little bit later,
I'm going to go be shipped up to Korea, and I only have an embarkation leave, which will put a week and a half or so. And I said, do you want to wait until I come back, or would you like to get married now? And she said, I want to marry you now. It was the greatest thing that ever happened, because of being only 19, I couldn't get marriage allowance until I'd be 21. And because I went to this whole course, I got a marriage allowance right away. We didn't know that at the time. It was only that when I was doing the paper for going to Korea, I learned that I would go and get marriage allowance right away. And so my wife worked all the time, was away, and put her money in the bank, and she was getting all my money, and it was going in the bank. I was going to didn't have any money. But what would I have money for? Like we were paid American Script. That was funny money over there, and I would only use it in Can-X or PXs or whatever. And so when I came home, I had a whole pocket full of money. She saved it all. And I know it was sort of frivolous, but I didn't own a car. And I never expected to buy a car for quite a while. We were coming back from Cape Breton, and we stopped in a train because they had to wait for, we were early in the morning, so we went out for a walk and looking at cars and just browsing, before you went around. We saw this beautiful black car, and I went in and I asked if I could buy the car. He said, well, do you want to drive it first? I said, yeah, okay. It had 4 wheels, so it looked nice. I didn't know anything about cars. This was the first car I ever bought. Anyway, I said, I'd like to buy it. So he said, how would you like to make payments? I said, I'd like to pay you cash. No. He said, are you sure? I said, yeah, I'm sure. So I bought it. It was a 52 Dodge. Black. It was black and beautiful inside. And I kept it for quite a long time.
What do you do?
But it was because of her that I had that, not because of me. She was a thrifty girl.
So she negotiated it for you?
Well, no, I did that for her.
Oh, okay. Oh, her putting all the money away.
She put the money away, and I helped them. But really, it was great. It was good that, if you're going to get married and you don't have any money, you're going to start getting behind the 8 ball. You haven't got any money to buy clothes, or you haven't got any money for furniture. And when I came back from Korea, they have an allowance for veterans that came back from Korea. So I was able to buy these like stove and fridge, these things that I need. So it was a big boost to have her working, and then getting married that way. If I hadn't married before, I might have been divorced in the first year. I didn't have any money. I didn't have a whole lot of money back in those days.
Is there anything that's like a good memory or a particular funny memory that sticks out from Korea? Is there any good memories from Korea?
Yeah, I know this sort of probably is this true, but I was down in Seoul on back of the line,
But fortunately,
and
what they had was he said,
I was the padre from the New Zealand Army. I met him in Korea, and I used to go to church every Sunday or weekdays because we were on Sunday because the padre had to go, over a long area. And I was out on rest from Florida, and he said, "Why don't you come down to Seoul for a drive and go to the Salvation Army hospital in Seoul because he was a Salvationist." And I said, "That's so great, good idea." So I get down there, and then he introduced me to this Dr. Florence Murray, who was a Canadian missionary doctor in Korea and China. She spoke a number of local languages there. She was from Nova Scotia. And so I got to meet her through this major from the New Zealand Army. And she invited me to come down if I could. And I said, "Well, no, I can't do that because there's just no way." But I had a 7-day R&R coming that I should have gone, or could have gone, to Japan. And this major interceded on my behalf to go down and visit Dr. Florence Murray. And she took me everywhere. Like when I was back there 4 years ago, I said to our guide on the bus, I said, "Where's Chung Sung?" She looked at me, she said, "You know who Chung Sung?" I said, "Yes." Chung Sung is a big bell. And when we were there, it was sitting like in a cage. And they said that it would only be around at a very important time. It would never been, they would do that. And she said that the time that this would be when they unite the two Koreas. But when I asked her, she said, "How do you know about that?" And I said, "What about the South Gate?" And she started laughing. She said, "It was just recently a disgruntled Korean put it on fire. It wasn't there anymore. When I was there, it was there." No, I used to be able to go down to Seoul and drive through it in 15 minutes and end up at 121 Evac Hospital, down at the American Evacuation Hospital. And now, roads everywhere. It's just like out here now. And they're busy. It was a busy place down in Seoul. I went down there and I spent 7 days with Dr. Murray, and she took me every place around, like the city. She took me down to, they call it Severance Hospital, the Children's Hospital, and the crippled children were there. And it was, heart-wrenching to see what the United Church missionaries were doing. I was a United Church, and she was really a great person. I saw her biography of her in a magazine that I got 4 years ago. It was all Dr. Florence Murray, and I said to my wife, I said, "Look, this is the woman that took me and showed me all around." Some young people were in the PX, and we were out there looking at things, and they were talking about the sort of woman with me. And she gave them a tongue lash, and she spoke any better their language than they did. She came back and she told them, not to be like that. I don't know all what she said, but they got the message in her.
But do you understand the language, Korean? Or can you speak a little?
Oh, come How are you today?
So where were you, Chris? You went from Busan up to the front lines in what is now North Korea, and then you were in Seoul. Is there any other places you hit while you were in there?
Oh, Dincheon, I was down there. We had a rest camp down there that we would go down for a week's rest camp. And I got kicked out of there.
So we had to go back in later.
And the British ran it. And the sergeant called me a colonial, and I said I wasn't a colonial, I was a Canadian. We were an independent country, and I wasn't a colonial. The next day I was back in the lines. I guess I'm a little touchy when I was young, but I'm still touchy. I work out all the time. I'm strong as a dog.
We're going up.
In fact, shoot again. I want you to squeeze my hand.
Oh. I can see that. It's so strong.
Very, very strong, very strong.
So I wouldn't want to be any younger. I'd try to grab him and throw him down. I work it all the time.
I wouldn't try.
No. But it's just that I've never smoked, I've never drank in my life. People say, you were in the Army? And I say to them, you know, all the time in the Army, I've never seen them take a bottle of beer or anything and make a person drink it. And I said, people who drink or smoke, they do it on their own volition, not because, you know, like they don't make you do it. And I just didn't want to do it. So,
You're right.
anyway, I hope my doctor told me I had that I would live to the ripe old age. And I just looked at him and I said, well, I'm looking at 105 and get shot by a jealous husband. That's what the doctor did. He called his secretary in. And the secretary, then he said, you know, you just said everything. He told her, and she was laughing. I had to walk up with all these sick people, and I thought, oh my God, they'll think I'm going to. We're all talking about them.
So you said you've never drunk or smoked. When you were a soldier, were they given cigarette or alcohol rations? And what did you do with yours?
Probably trade them in for chocolate bars. Somebody else. I love chocolate bars.